The Carolina Panthers couldn't be coming to Jacksonville at a better time. This team is in desperate need of a victory. And all the players are saying that a win changes everything. You know, you win, you're back on track. And in this specific instance, yes, we would be back on track. We've had multiple opportunities this season to run away, like clinch things. And now we have another opportunity to do that against the worst team in the NFL. Bryce Young, who played a pretty good game against the Packers last week, scored 30 points. But they also have games where they score 9. So which Jags team is going to show up? The team that can't really beat anybody at home. They've won when it mattered as far as division purposes go. Beat the Colts, beat the Texans when we needed to. That felt good. But we've been free falling ever since that Texans win. But this season, up to this point, is pretty hard to put into words. Now, I will say that even if we win the division, let's say we win the next two. Let's say we beat the Panthers, we beat the Titans. We're at 10-7. We're hosting a wild card game. That's great. Like, as Jags fans, we should be proud that we made that accomplishment. Depending on how the Panthers and Titans wins go, we should be proud that we won the division and we host a playoff game. Why? Because, first of all, we're Jags fans. We don't win the division. We don't host playoff games. That's the main thing. It's like, as bad as the Jags have played the last 4 games, like, if you beat the Panthers and Titans, although they're bad teams, you've weathered the storm and you've won your division and you host a playoff game. I'm trying to drill that point into my own head because what do we watch the NFL every year for? It's to go to the playoffs. It's to win a Super Bowl. You can't win a Super Bowl if you don't go to the playoffs. So, do I think this team can contend for a Super Bowl right now? Absolutely not. Did I think that at the bye week? Absolutely. Shit changes. But do I wish the Jags lose out because they don't deserve it? No. That's just something that I would joke around with my friends about in a group chat. But I don't actually wish that the Jags should lose out and miss the playoffs altogether. Because what kind of fan would I be? That's just an emotional reaction that I don't actually believe. And I don't believe that any of you believe that as well. You guys saying, what's the number 1 seed worth at this point? It's all just emotional reactions, because if we win the division, we get a win, we're going to be happy. Even if we're supposed to win that game against the Panthers. We host a playoff game, we're going to be happy. Even if we go into it against the Browns and we're like, holy shit, how are the Browns doing this with all their injuries and Joe Flacco? They're going to whoop our ass. Even if you feel that way, we're in the playoffs. And just like the Browns having clinched the playoffs for only the second time in the last 21 years, I think they said, the Jags only have 10-plus winning seasons since 3 10-plus winning seasons since I became a fan in 2001. 3. So, you beat the Panthers, you beat the Titans, you're in the playoffs, you have 10 wins. I'm content. That's what we watch the game for, to make playoffs. But in regards to the game on Sunday, the Panthers, I don't know. I can't predict this team anymore. Before the bye week, I could be like, yeah, ETN's going to go off. Trevor Lawrence will have a touchdown or 2, maybe an interception, but the defense will, get a turnover and find a way to figure it out, because that's how the team was winning games before the bye. Now, I couldn't tell you. I can tell you what's going to happen. If CJ Beathard starts, which who knows, because Trevor Lawrence gets injured every game, and then he's just like, yeah, I'll play. And then he sucks because he's still hurt. And then CJ has to come clean it up and throw a dumb touchdown to Calvin Ridley. It doesn't matter. But if CJ Beathard starts the whole game, Calvin Ridley should have 250 yards because he loves that man. And my season-long entry on Prize Picks will hit because I only need 55 more yards from Calvin Ridley. So, shout out Prize Picks. But we were playing the worst team in the NFL, the Carolina Panthers. Let's just say what it is. If you're not going to the game, I don't even want to say that's fine because I've been to so many road games that just, especially in the Urban Meyer year, just loss after loss after loss. Like, I'm not going to judge you for not going to the Carolina Panthers game, but I am. It's the last home game of the season. Do you want to see a win? This is like the one game on the schedule where you're like, come on. You have to win this. So, I think you should go. I think you guys should go to the game. The emotions after the Bucs game may have wanted you to not go anymore, but as the week's progressing and Cam Robinson's coming back, maybe this team finds some sort of energy in the home stadium to beat the Carolina Panthers. But if you don't go, whatever. See you in the playoffs, maybe. But first things first, you got to beat the Carolina Panthers. You have the Colts and Texans on your heels at 8-7. We're all tied at 8-7. Luckily, the Jags have won their division games that mattered, so they have all the tiebreakers in the division, so they hold first place. But if the Colts lose and the Texans lose this weekend and the Jags win, then they have the division. Now, that's not probably likely, but with C.J. Stroud coming back, Colts playing the Raiders defense kind of hot, so it's likely. But as a fan, I've always wanted to take care of my own business first. I don't want to be helped into the playoffs. Take care of your business first. Win games. Beat the goddamn Panthers, bruh. There's no analysis that needs to be said about Jags Panthers. Go beat them. Last home game of the season. You're on a 4-game losing streak. You want to play for playoffs? I understand you're grown men that are millionaires, so you might not have that itch, to go to the Super Bowl if your love's not there, but the check is there. But, do it for the fans. Because the Jags fan base is already, struggling mentally to keep their energy to this team. It's like boxing each other every week. But it's not us. It's you. Jags players, it's you. Winning solves all of that. Just win games. Beat the fucking Panthers. I'm out. I'll see you at the tailgate. I'll see you at the game. Happy New Year. I'm stressed.